All right, guys. The SPY still kind of chopping around. It did do a kind of a failed break out of this range today. If you look on an intraday basis, gapped down a little bit and just ran, and then quietly grinded lower the rest of the day. No idea what to think of that. Doesn't really matter. We're day traders, so as long as the market's not getting killed, we'll just keep doing what we're doing. TEVA goes back on watch for tomorrow. Just another red day. We did catch a nice trade in this one today. It was a fairly easy trade. I was kind of walking through it when it came up here and hit 19, and then sellers came in. I was on the microphone and said I like this a lot over 19 now because you've got red to green and high of day just above, a really beaten up stock, and so basically through 19 was my call, and we went. Again, it wasn't huge, but I made almost $1,000 off of this. So as a day trader, and that's all we're looking for is to take parts, take our portion of a trade, take the meat out of the middle, as they say. And this could have just as easily kept ripping, right? Because it's so oversold. But anyway, it just through 19 made perfect sense. I was giving it 15 cents worst case, and ended up getting a move from 1901 to 1942. And again, made almost $1,000. So I mean, it's not my biggest trade, of the month or anything, but it was a nice little trade. Anyway, TEVA with another red day just goes back on bounce watch again for tomorrow. Maybe we get another setup in it tomorrow. XXII, super strong stock. Couple of red days. I still think it needs to come in more, but we'll see. Goes on watch for tomorrow. CRUS. You know what? I mean, I think this still deserves to be on bounce watch, but I'm not in love with this thing. It hasn't broken its early high since the gap up. There's 15-minute candles. There's the gap up day. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row now that it hasn't broken its opening 15-minute high. I think if it does, you could get a decent little bounce. It's definitely oversold in the short term. I'll go ahead and leave it on watch. ARWR had this kind of mini breakout yesterday on nice volume above this $2 area and a quiet pullback day. So we'll see if we get a third day play there. Believe it or not, dry ships, of course, I got to go to 15-minute candles so you can see it. Dry ships is interesting. It's been, after this big pop back here, it's been kind of trudging along sideways and now trying to break to the upside today on extra volume. Definitely want to watch that one tomorrow. ACHN, let me go back to the daily chart here. Nothing interesting here except that in after hours it's at 512 right now. So up near recent highs, 520 here. So we'll see. It's not my favorite trader, but we'll watch it. FOSL decimated in after hours. At some point, buyers are going to step into this thing. It's trading at $9.25 in after hours. So all the way down somewhere, I don't know what the most recent low was, 920, 905 maybe. Look, got under 9 right here. Anyway, so if it's gapping down, it might be a nice buy. Kind of like SeaWorld today, gapped down and ran. We might have that in Fossil as value players step in, and that might not happen. Again, I only take it with a proper intraday setup. PACB, super strong 3-day move, and then today finally reversed. I still think it needs to come back down to this area to look for a bounce, but sometimes the very next day they turn right back up depending on the reason for their strength, so I want to watch that. PIXY took out recent lows again today, but then had a nice reversal, a little extra volume. Watch that for a follow-through of the bounce. And AMMA, it's worth noting that even this big volume spike here was not a million shares, so to tell you how thin this thing is. But then it's been going sideways since, and a little extra volume today, trying to break out of this range. I think it's worth watching. We'll also add some gappers in the pre-market to our list, and I'm going to leave it at that. Have a great night. See everybody tomorrow.